Hi, this is Joseph Anthony of tappingwithmusic.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know, I've been doing a little tapping series, EFT tapping series, while reading some of the poetry of Walt Whitman, and sort of really in an effort to infuse and tap in that electric, vibrant energy that is in his poetry, that amazing, soulful earthiness. Sort of, just getting that in us, inspiring us with the divine and the everyday wonders of creation. And I read a little piece a minute ago, if you saw the last video, from Leaves of Grass, and now I'm going to read another one. And you're free to tap along or just listen, whatever you'd like to do. This one was eventually titled, There Was a Child Went Forth. And, you know, some of this is dated and old-fashioned, uses words we may not use today. So I encourage you to look through that. Know that this was written in 1855, well ahead of its time, however, and timeless. And really speaks to the nature of the young child, the imitative nature of the young child, and how important it is to give the young child time outside, time in nature, time with animals, with water, the elements. And it also speaks to how important it is how we look, how we act, how we sound, how we speak, how we are when we are around children, because it becomes a part of them. And so it also celebrates the child's sense of wonder, and sense of wonder that we can keep even as adults. So all that said, I'm going to read it. There was a child went forth. There was a child went forth every day, and the first object he looked upon and received with wonder, or pity, or love, or dread, that object he became. And that object became part of him for the day, or a certain part of the day, or for many years, or stretching cycles of years. The early lilacs became part of this child, and grass, and white and red morning glories, and white and red clover, and the song of the phoebe bird, and the March-born lambs, and the sow's pink faint litter, and the mare's foal, and the cow's calf, and the noisy brood of the barnyard, or by the mire of the pond side, and the fish suspending themselves so curiously below there, and the beautiful curious liquid, and the water plants with their graceful flat heads, all became part of him. And the field sprouts of April and May became part of him. Winter grain sprouts, and those of the light yellow corn, and of the esculent roots of the garden, and the apple trees covered with blossoms, and the fruit afterward, and woodberries, and the commonest weeds by the road, and the old drunkard staggering home from the outhouse of the tavern whence he had lately risen, and the schoolmistress that passed on her way to school, and the friendly boys that passed, and the quarrelsome boys, and the tidy and fresh-cheeked girls, and the barefoot Negro boy and girl, and all the changes of city and country wherever he went. His own parents, he that had propelled the father stuff at night, and fathered him, and she that conceived him in her womb and birthed him, they gave this child more of themselves than that. They gave him afterward every day. They, and of them, became part of him. The mother at home quietly placing the dishes on the supper table, the mother with mild words, clean her cap and gown, a wholesome odor falling off her person and clothes as she walks by. The father, strong, self-sufficient, manly, mean, angered, unjust, the blow, the quick, loud word, the tight bargain, the crafty lure, the family usages, the language, the company, the furniture, the yearning and swelling heart, affection that will not be gainsaid, the sense of what is real, the thought, if after all it should prove unreal, the doubts of daytime, the doubts of nighttime, the curious whether and how, whether that which appears so is so, or is it all flashes and specks? Men and women crowding fast in the streets, if they are not flashes and specks, what are they? The streets themselves, and the facades of houses, the goods in the windows, vehicles, teams, the tiered wharves, the huge crossing at the ferries, the village on the highland seen from afar at sunset, and the river between, shadows, areola and mist, light falling on roofs, gables, white or brown, 3 miles off. The schooner nearby, sleepily dropping down the tide. The little boat, slack-towed astern. The hurrying, tumbling waves, and the quick, broken crests and slapping. The strata of colored clouds. A long bar of maroon tint away, solitary by itself. The spread of purity it lies motionless in. The horizon's edge, the flying sea crow, the fragrance of salt marsh and shore mud. These became part of that child who went forth every day, and who now goes and will always go forth every day. And these became of him or her that peruses them now. These became part of that child who went forth every day, and who now goes and will always go forth every day. And these become of him or her that peruses them now. So, I hope you enjoyed that and took to heart its, at least the meaning that I see in it, and I'm sure you took to heart your own meaning that you see in it, but I see in it. It's my video, make your own. Anyway, I see in it the great, grand importance of how we are around young children and how much they need nature and how much they need us, and how important it is to be wonderful, present examples to them of how we want them to be, because it all becomes a part of us. So, again, I hope you found that helpful and inspiring and insightful. And if you would like any EFT tapping sessions in person or via Skype or workshops or poetry readings, go to my website, tappingwithmusic.com, drop me a line. Be happy to help in any way I can. This is Joseph Anthony from a rainy day in Philadelphia, signing off for now. Take care.